Look, you don't understand, dude. They don't just sell cars that make 300 horsepower. You got to build one, and you got to spend $1,000 to get there.
Jippity says, did y'all see Donut rip CCF off again? They just straight up pulled up Facebook Marketplace listings and talked about them.
Sons of bitches.
Just quit selling on my fucking block, dude.
I gotta tell you, Automotive YouTube is getting hard to watch in general.
Oh,
It sucks.
There's nothing I really
rough.
enjoy watching anymore. Like, it's just build, giveaway, build, giveaway, build, giveaway.
All right, guys, so the time has come.
What it is the bubble's collapsing, you know? The just swap it crew. Oh, just swap it, just swap it. They did on YouTube, just swap it, just do that, just do that. But the thing about catering to that audience is like you have to keep going bigger and bigger and bigger. It's like a drug addiction. You're chasing that high the whole time. You watch Mighty Car Mods make a funny car and it's like, oh, that was cool. But then it has to be harder and harder and harder every single time, where nothing entertains you anymore. You know,
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I've seen that done. Oh, cool. Wow.
Our content is perennial. We don't have to change a thing.
It's just
Yeah.
punching down on poor people, and it feels great.
And Guts with a Glock makes a good point. He says, Drew Peacock learning I just want a 300 horsepower tailgate car instead of a 1,000 horsepower street car. And I saw him talking about that in his like Between Two Cars video. I watched a couple of those and they're decent. And I see people always mentioning Player to Car Feed or CCF and he always ducks it. But yeah, that's the legitimate truth. And that's where we've always been. It's like, you don't need all that shit, dude. Just get a car, 300 horsepower,
Go enjoy
or
it.
factory, and enjoy it. Have fun with it. You don't have to, the more you mess with it, the more you're going to take it away from its path that it was meant for.
How much would you say a good first generation BRZ would set you back? Just like like 80,000 miles on it, nothing wrong with it.
You could probably find a good one for 15 to 20.
Okay,
Yeah.
15 to 20. That's higher than I would
but
say,
any miles.
but that's fine. I was watching Jimmy Oaks the other week. They bought a BRZ shell with a blown engine because they wanted to do a budget build. They were like, this is the spiritual successor to the S chassis, and those S chassis, I mean, they're getting up there in price. We shouldn't with those anymore. We're gonna do an FRS instead. We're gonna keep it real cheap. We're gonna keep it real simple. We're just gonna put a K series in this thing because I don't know if you've seen the price of these F20As, but damn, they are like $5,000-$6,000 for a proper OEM engine for this thing. But a K series, I mean, you can get one of those for like $500, dude. They build this thing. Jimmy does a breakdown of what it would cost to build the same car. It has a K series swapped into it. It has a turbo kit on it, and it's tuned. How much would you guess that cost?
I won't say anything if I
Budget.
saw this video.
$20,000.
Budget car.
This is the whole time they were building this too, right before this dropped. And even the title of this video was like our budget build. Here's the total budget for our budget build. And like, okay, answer Feed's question, but then answer mine too. In your mind, how much is a budget build cost? What's your total?
You're trying
all
to
in?
save money by buying a shell of a BRZ and then swapping the cheapest 4-cylinder engine you could possibly buy into it.
I'm seeing a lot of people say 10K, and I would say 10K all in. Car, engine, whatever parts you need, 10K all in is the max.
Yeah. The moment it costs more than just buying one at a used car dealership is you're already.
It's no longer budget, and this cost
$36,500. $36,000, $500.
$37,000.
Jesus Christ, dude.
37 grand. It was
Is it
disgusting.
Jimmy Oker?
The Jimmy Oker cost $37,000 when it was built. Let me
It's
pull
just
it up.
so out of touch too, right? Like, oh, it's a
Mr.
budget
J is
build,
out
and we
of
spent
touch.
30 grand on this thing. Like, what?
To not have an S chassis. I'm gonna save money.
He spent twice as much as what any built SR20 S13 would cost you on Facebook.
And
ultimately.
here's
Right
the
there
thing, dude.
on the bottom corner.
The nicest cars we've ever seen on the S Chassis Report that always come to mind are that one LS1 swapped one, and then there was an RB26 one that were both gorgeous S14s, and I think they were in the $20,000 to $25,000 range.
It's all this for it to sit on one of those lifts covered in plastic.
37 grand would buy you like a C6 Z06. C7 maybe.
You get a lot of.
You get a lot of Corvette for $37,000.
You could buy a C5 Z06, a trailer, and a Baja to haul it all for less than $37,000.
And a BRZ.
Yeah,
BRZ.
just buy a BRZ and a stock one. Like,
Don't with it.
Yeah, you didn't have to do this.
Look, you don't understand, dude. They don't just sell cars that make 300 horsepower. You got to build one, and you got to spend $37,000 to get there.
No, but it's a budget build, guys. Like, you're gonna save so much money. You're gonna be under budget.
He spent a whole S13 roller on wires on this thing.
But this is also it's kind of like the read between the lines of it for a lot of people. Like maybe a wake up call. It's like, and high low is the same thing from Donut. Like when they tell you everything they spent, do you really think that you have that much money to spend on your build on your car, or do you want to spend that much money on it when you can?
Really should not.
You really should not.
They can do it, but like you can't.
Yeah, he can do it because he's gonna monetize the content.
Yeah.
Now, imagine trying to do this in just a $37,000 sports car. I mean, that would never work. You got to build it yourself, dude.
Right. It's built, not bought, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Imagine doing this in a stock BRZ FRS. Impossible. These are some good looking ass cars though.
Yeah,
God,
for sure.
This orange is really
Yeah,
hard.
for like $12,000, I mean, that would be a really nice buy.
And they are. I mean,
I miss mine.
these are the next S chassis.
No, he's not wrong about
Wait.
that. Absolutely not.
No.
Anyway,
Yeah.
it blew my mind when he did the reveal on how much this was actually going to wind up costing somebody. But he got it all sponsored parts, and that's why it makes sense for them.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
content.
at the end of the day,
It doesn't make sense for
it's
you.
content. It's just so out of touch with, like, I don't know if that's his demographic. Like, I don't even know if you could like put a demographic on this anymore, because Jimmy Oaks has been making videos for so long. Like, the people who were watching these videos when he was broke,
They grew up and they
ain't
still
building
watch
these
it, and
cars.
that's his
Yeah, yeah,
audience. His
right.
audience is aging millennials who really like, fitment and
Yes.
wheels. It's that Alex Martini demo. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about?
Yep.
Fox Can Fix a Garage says for $37K, I better have to zip my pants up when I get out of it.
You're damn right.
On God.
Yeah.
On God, for real.
Adrian ABG says, who watches Adam LZ with his relatable life?
I stopped watching LZ.
I stopped watching it when he stopped
Making any sense.
when he stopped the pretenses of being a regular guy.
I think it was once he bought the shop, it stopped.
It was the
being
mustache.
good.
The introduction of the mustache is when they're trying to cater to like fantasy having teens and young adults that dude, I can do that. I'm so about this life. But you have to be a little naive to think that you can do that and be part of that life.
Yeah.
No, I have said it before, and I will say it again, but I will 100% simp for Night Ride. Those guys are still
Night
cool
Ride.
to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those guys are still cool to me. And if they're hearing this, if anybody ever like tells them, they're sick.
I'd love to have a barely understandable
Yes.
conversation with those guys.
Yes, 100%. I would switch my Duolingo to Polish to have a conversation
Yeah,
with those
I'd
guys.
code switch to Polish for those guys for sure.
Yeah.
Trying to talk some shit.
Discord.gg/feed.
Let's talk some shit. El Noob Dello Snoobs gives 100 ARSs. Is it still worthly to spend $37,000 building a JDM just to drift in terms of drift/fun/price? Wouldn't you be better just driving a cheaper wheel drive car and a nice JDM just for Sunday's drives? Yes. Because to build a drift car, and guys, we've been trying to nail this into your heads for so long, but to build a drift car, it's not only the price of the drift car. To spend $37,000 on the drift car, you also have to have a truck and a trailer that probably cost as much as that or more to take it to the track, and the cost of tires and all that. When it's like, just buy a car that you can drive to the track and not really care about it. It's like, think about if there was an automotive YouTube guy that like kind of wasn't making the best decisions, and you saw it like, oh, I'm gonna buy this high-end European car that's a convertible, and it'll make me feel good. And then he ends up selling it like 6 months later for like a $10,000 loss. And he's like, oh, I want to get into tracking a car now. And it's like, you just took a haircut on that luxury car. Maybe you shouldn't track your daily. Maybe you should buy a cheaper car that you don't really care about. And he's like, no, I'm still gonna track my
Oh,
daily.
is this a hypothetical situation you're describing?
This is a hypothetical, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I got you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
Look,
maybe it's a fine daily. It's a manual. He's not really gonna do anything too crazy to it. Maybe just for like the occasional track day, it'd be nice to have a little bit better cooling system. I don't
Yeah,
really
but
see it.
why would you
Yeah,
ever
yeah.
take your daily driver in
where you eat? Why are you?
Yes, dude.
You never where you eat, dude? You ain't living.
No, you never where
I
you eat. That's
where I
the
eat
number one
all
rule.
the
Stay-
time, dude. Stay.
Dude's sitting on the toilet right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not sanitary.
Oh,
First
you know
off.
what? Also, there's one last thing that Nekier forgot to mention that you have to be when you go drifting, and that's you gotta be to drift.
true.
too.
That is
So,
true.
Yeah, you have to-
No, you don't have to be. Drifting is actually really cool.
Oh,
It
he made buddies with
Yeah.
Officer Dan, and now drifting's cool.
no, it is.
Okay,
I mean,
okay,
drifting's
Okay.
cool.
Okay.
But it's just there's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of bad stuff that came
The
from
hardest part is having to come out to your parents.
Yep.
Kinto Whelan, $5. Do you guys think tech's leaving the industry and a lack of interest to be one
As a career.
as
As a career.
carer
Yeah. As a carer.
as a
Sorry.
carer is going to help? Oh, lack of interest to be one as a carer is going to help or hurt car culture. It's gonna. I mean, it's gonna hurt it.
I mean, have you ever
It-
seen what
it's already
automotive
being
techs
hurt.
drive, dude? It's gonna help the cars, getting those guys away from them.
I don't know if the two really correlate. If I'm being honest, I don't. Guys that work at a dealership, they don't have nothing to do with car culture.
No, but the thing is, there's less people that care about them enough to keep them running.
See, but I don't know.
Way
I
she
don't feel
goes.
like I guess I don't feel like the amount of available techs at a dealership or a mom and pop shop or anything like that have anything to do with car culture. How many times have you taken your brakes apart in the last month? Like
More
you
than I'd
don't.
care to.
You're not a tech though. Like you didn't. You were never a tech.
No.
That's why I say they don't like correlate. You were just a guy who needed to fix his brakes.
Yeah, I'm
So,
just a guy who likes Chilton's manuals, you know?
yeah, I have that kind of autism, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's I don't necessarily think they correlate. I think when you look at it from a higher level, you're right. It's the way she goes. Sometimes
The car community is going to
people.
shrink. There's no question about that, but I don't think it has anything to do with techs leaving the industry. I think it has a lot to do with cars becoming appliances that just take you where you want to go and people not thinking about them as like a fun thing anymore.
Tech's paid like
Yeah.
Pay very well, yeah.
No, it's that, but it's the blue collar trope, right? You got to do your time before you can make your money. So like, you just got to spend 5 years making money.
And then you can be the
And-
Probably
be like-
why they're
and-
leaving.
And be like 30,000 in debt to Snap-on.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is probably why they're leaving, because like you can go be a plumber and just work longer hours to make more money. Like
Or work
I
normal
don't
hours.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, what's happening with plumbing enthusiasts as the number
Yeah.
of tradies goes up? Do we see a lot more like hot rod plumbing going on in the world? Or?
No, like is the
That's
does
why-
the
that's why
cost
the-
of my
the-
home renovation go
Or
down?
rice
Like,
toilets.
No,
I mean-
when there hasn't been any advances in the hot rod toilet flushers like in decades.
That's true. That's true.
my
yeah.
toilet only flushes so fast,
When it
guys.
can for you, it's really going to change things.
we hit the 30 nugget limit, and then that was it. There's been no advancement after that.
That's the max flush. Yeah,
The
Yeah.
three bowling
Yeah.
ball limit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Whole pack of hot dogs. It's impressive, but I mean, at what point
Fucking
are we just
golf
like,
balls.
do we need this much power in a
Yeah.
single toilet?
You're just chasing numbers at that point.
yeah, dude.